Javier Pérez joins us, legal expert. He has his own firm. He also is working with Crain Brogdon, LLP. Here today to talk about appearance discrimination, which I guess is a new thing in the workplace. Javier, thank you for coming on today with us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
What kind of things are people being discriminated against as far as appearance goes in the workplace?
Sure. So there's been some new laws related to people being let go or losing promotions, that sort of thing, because of height and weight. That's sort of kind of the new frontier for employment discrimination that some states are trying to address with new laws.
Height? Yeah. You're going to have to go deeper with me on this one. The weight, see, I was thinking the weight thing, if somebody who's 400 pounds comes in and they want to sit at the front desk of my health club, I'm going to be less inclined to hire that person. But now I'm discriminating?
Well, right. So this is just in a few states like New York and Michigan. These new laws are saying that that's a prohibited basis for making an employment discrimination, an employment decision. So everywhere else, that's not a protected basis. But yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I think some jobs have some relationship to those things where you got to fit the bill for the job.
We've seen situations like I remember Hooters getting a lawsuit filed against him because because a guy wanted to work there, but they only hired female waitresses, or because, a girl who might have been overweight, wanted to get hired, but they said no. And how do you reconcile that? Because some of those businesses, that's how they make their money. That's kind of the whole draw to the whole thing. Right.
That's exactly right. The Hooters example, they had a requirement that the servers be female, but the job requires that as a bona fide occupational qualification is the legalese term for that. Another example would be Southwest Airlines used to have a height restriction. You couldn't be taller than 5'9" to be a flight attendant, and that allegedly discriminated against men. So if it pertains to the actual job requirement, it may be permitted.
Yeah, there's some things you have to recognize. I mean, for example, I'm 6'5". And when I get on a plane, I kind of have to crouch a little bit. If I wanted to be a flight attendant, I don't think it would be a safe job for me. My head's in the ceiling.
That's right. That's right. There's some examples there where, the way the person has to perform the job has some physical restrictions. And there's no other way to kind of have an alternative to accommodate that. That may be the best we can do.
All right. So, and what are the penalties if you're found, if they find against you in a situation where somebody claims these height and weight discrimination?
Right. So if you are not hired or you're fired from the job, you could be entitled to the potential lost wages that you would have earned had you not been fired or not hired. If there's emotional distress, that's an available form of damage, and you can also recover attorney's fees.
Interesting. All right. Javier Pérez, thank you for coming on today. Interesting subject matter. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Have a good one.